What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. You guys know what this is. You guys know who I am. But you guys know I can't start this without my two main men. And we actually got all of them back this week. We got one, Triple B. And then we got the returning champ, Dollar Dale.
Man, returned it.
Returning champ. Oh, being there, it's WrestleMania today.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother watching it because WrestleMania is not what it used to be.
Right.
Who cares?
3-day
Alright.
event.
Yeah.
3-day event, man. Or
That's
two
all.
2 days, 2 nights.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about this is episode 46, but we're gonna be talking about issue 45 of Blood Wager, and where Vampirella finds pretty much the story goes is Blood Wager is written by Len Weens and Gonzalo Mayo. These are the two, these are the guys that wrote the story. But if you recognize Len Weens' name, he created Swamp Thing and he created
That's right.
Wolverine. I always get Wolverines. You guys know Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah. So
Wolverine.
yeah, so he created those two characters, and then the biggest the thing. Okay, the story goes with this one is it's pretty much a fever dream of a Pendragon. So this is a fever dream of Pendragon, and then we come across some. Me and Dell have been pretty deep in this vampy thing for a little bit before B joined us, but some cult returns in this issue, and me and Dell know the cult by pretty well. The Cult of Chaos.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chaos.
The
Insane.
cult. It's not Scientology either.
Yeah, it's not Scientology, but it's the Cult of Chaos. So they bring back the Cult of Chaos in this issue. Let's just say very interesting. And then we get Vampy and Pendragon. Well, we don't get that just yet. We start off at a casino, but the casino is wagers your life force over money. So it's pretty much your life force or your blood, either or. So pretty much of what that's pretty much what the basis of the Cult of Chaos is. Pretty much what this underground casino thing is, where they wager more than money is what you desire. Pretty much.
Wagering your soul.
Pretty much. Wagering your soul and stuff. But the biggest thing with the issue is that Blood Wager, and it's done by Gonzalo Mayo and Len Weens, like I said. But what do we think of Gonzalo's art?
I like the details in it. I dig the black and white in there. I think he did really great line work in this, especially this page right here. There's a lot going on. At least he used the whole page. I don't know. I think this is great art, to be honest with you. This panel right here, specifically this panel right here, this is great detail line art on it.
All right, I'll bring up since I actually scanned it and took another picture of this page. I'm gonna show you guys the actual picture that I took to see what you guys think. Does it, So this is from the actual book.
Yeah, I think it holds up. Like you said, a little bit of off white pages because we're talking 1972 3 right here. So, but yeah, I think it looks good.
Right.
For the original printing on that thin paper that they did do probably back in the day. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's like thin newspaper type paper.
Right.
Yeah. So you expect it to be a little yellow, a little off white, but for something that's 50 years old, yeah,
you can't expect anything less. Probably in pretty great condition as for being 50 years old. So
right.
But I like the skeleton right on top of the house. Even the house has great detail in it. the eyes. I mean, there's so many skeletons going on in here, and maybe that's where Luigi Paolillo loves to draw skeletons with Vampirella, going back to these old Warren covers.
Yeah, and then he was Gonzalo Mayo is a Peruvian artist or from Peru.
Okay.
But he wasn't in Peru when he got found or when Warren came to him. He actually moved to Mexico to actually do comics. He did Tarzan comics and he did some other comics before this. And then or I forget if it's before this or during, but Warren came looking for Spanish artists and found him and probably like brought him up to Warren and hey, did some work for him. And a lot of people back then thought his stuff was really cluttered. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's super cluttered?
No, I don't think it's cluttered. It's like, the title page, usually I try to put a lot to it, but this is kind of what I'm used to when it comes to title pages or covers.
Right.
So I don't think it's cluttered at all. I like how like kind of what B was describing earlier. He used up the whole page.
Right.
There's a lot to it. A lot to look at and admire. Honestly, I thought this was before I had seen it was Gonzalo Mayo. Hold the Mayo.
Right.
It was. I thought it was Jose Gonzalez.
Right.
Well. A little, just based off kind of based off of some of the line work and stuff like that. It's like there's like some similarities,
right,
to it, between the two artists.
Well, yeah. So the one thing with what they said about Vampy from Gonzalez and Mayo is let's get into it real quick. So his is more of gothic. They say Jose is more gothic fashion model, and his is more hero-esque, like gothic hero, more pretty much style.
So the gothic hero is Gonzalez, and the Mayo is more.
No. Mayo is the supermodel. The Gonzalez is the supermodel one. Is the pinup one.
Yeah.
Is what they say. He's more pinup-y, and they say because they say Gonzalez is my bad, guys. They say Gonzalez, and then they say Mayo's style is more muscular-esque, more hero-esque.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get what you're saying. For me, I think the art isn't cluttered at all. I think the art in this is absolute. Like from what I've seen so far, this art is great, dude. I dig it a lot better than just like having this a white background. At least he throws a little bit of background.
Right.
Even this top panel over here where we got the moon, right over this house and the 2-story house. I think it's great. Vampy looks good. I love the details on her attire right there too, where you got a little bit of light coming in.
Right.
It's a little dark, the cleavage is popping out. It's popping where it needs to pop at.
Right.
And in the middle panel right here, great shading on her nose right here on the side of her face. The lips look good. And again, we got that moon. Looks like we got like some sort of crow or bird in the background.
Right.
There's a lot going on in there. So maybe that's why people thought about it being cluttered, because there's really a lot going on in there. But if you really look at it, there's a lot of detail going on in every pen stroke that this artist Mayo has done.
Right. And then the other thing with this panel here, since we're going to be talking about it anyway, we pretty much get to the Van Helsing's estate, or their house, or their busted up house, their farmhouse. So this is so we get farmhouse-esque, then because, oh, hey, thanks for letting me crash at your farmhouse. I'm far away from home and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I'm a stranger in the world, Adam. I'm a stranger in a strange land. Earth's first extraterrestrial visitor. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. And then, okay, this one's for Del more than you, B. But Del, how did you feel about Len Wein's style, where or the way he writes? He pretty much writes Marvel-esque style, pretty much back then. Did you like it a little more this time around? Did you like the story?
I think I enjoyed the writing a little bit better. So I think the storytelling was a little bit better. The story's long enough to kind of make sense a little bit,
Right?
Like in prior stuff where they try to make sense out of a story in less than 12 pages,
right?
So yeah, I feel this was like at least the writing was better, and to get there's enough to kind of make sense of it all.
Right. So you pretty much Len Weins is a pretty decent writer. I mean, he would I would think so. He created freaking Swamp Thing. You know what I mean? He created Swamp Thing, and he created one of the more iconic hero. One of the Wolverine. One of the X-Men. He created the your that's why your Hulk 181 is so damn expensive.
Yeah. 180, 181, especially 181 is like, geez.
Yeah.
That's a little side note. That's why that one's on the bottom of the list as far as getting. So.
Oh, it's
yeah, but that's funny.
Yeah, yeah. So I had a feeling you would enjoy this one a little more than a little more than other ones, because Len Weins was a Marvel writer in general, anyways. So you've pretty much your thing is you pretty much really liked it.
Yeah, it's like a lot better.
Right.
Comparison, yeah.
A lot better than some of the other guys where it felt like freaking pasta thrown on the wall. It doesn't feel like
yeah. Or whatever, see what sticks. Yeah. I like how they mentioned Lizzie Borden in here. Yeah, that's cool. You know?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I agree.
Yeah, but that's all of Weins style, man. I mean, Weins, because the Len Wein style is was a gothic hero style writing. So compared to some of the other guys, I think his writing is a lot better in it fits her a lot better, because me and B are used to reading the newer stuff where I think a lot of people took inspiration from a lot of Len Wein's versions of her, because I see a lot of it, reading it and reading a lot of his stuff. I see a lot of people pulling stuff from her, from his.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So even so the writing style didn't like now, like after looking at the artwork a little bit further, I can see where the different, like kind of what you're describing, like the seeing Van Helsing here, he's a little bit more muscularly toned, the details a little bit more also. So initially I thought it was
my favorite thing about this is but me, B, and you joke around about it all the time. The Clark Kent style of freaking of Dad and freaking Pendragon, because all it takes is Pendragon to take the glasses off on Jose's one, and it would be Pendragon. But at least this one, they both look different. They don't look as similar as the Jose issues.
Yeah, but one thing I felt like here's one thing I picked up on with when Vampirella has been drawn in this issue,
right? Specifically,
I felt like Vampirella reminded me of a little bit of that Betty Page pinup, because just consider how wide the hips have been drawn,
right?
And kind of to B's point, what he brought up is like that a little bit more detail around her top and in her chest area, so. So it's like okay, this is where it stands out to me, and so it's like a little bit more like Betty Page pinup to me,
right? But that's, I mean, that given the Gonzalo, I always do this Mayo Mayo style, I'm not surprised because he takes inspiration from somebody, and if you know about wide hips and stuff like that, a lot of Frazetta stuff. His character, all his women have a wide hips, so I'm not surprised that Vampy is with wide hips in this one, because one of his idols was Frazetta, and a lot of other artists. But
And when I look at old Frazetta pieces, old Frazetta art in his covers,
Yeah.
he's almost drawing like the natural woman of that time.
Right.
You know, and even natural women of this time, right? You know, he makes them more realistic. That's what a woman really looks like, you know, without all this plastic freaking stuff going on. You know, it's what a real woman
Without
looks like.
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop, or, you know, silicone or whatever you want to say. But yeah, he does draw women how women really looked, especially in, you know, the late 60s and the 60s when he was drawing all of these. And so right here in this bottom panel, you know, what Dale said, she's got those wider hips there, you know, and it is a Frazetta type of look to her.
Right. And then a lot of people say, right. But nowadays they say it's more of a homage. But back then, a lot of people said he pretty much copied. But it's more of homaging some of his stuff. Is it? But back then it was more like, you're
back then they were like, oh no, he's copying. But no, like nowadays it's an homage to you know, showing respect and showing you know, your love for that artist. It's not copying. And back then they were like, oh no, you're just a copycat. But these days that's not how it is at all.
Right. But I really enjoy Gonzalo. I always do this Mayo style a little more, but like you guys said, I don't think it's cluttered. I think he uses the page to his advantage. The one thing about Jose's weak point of Jose's is he likes drawing females as runway models. That's what his issue is, that he likes drawing them as runway models, but when it gets to his male characters, me and B and Dell have talked about this. All his male ones look like the same freaking person. Pretty much any of his older male characters, pretty much Pendragon and freaking
and the villains too. The villains will all look kind of the same, you know. In this one, we can see a lot of detail, a lot of difference in the character. The shading, I mean, is amazing in this one. I think this pencil art that he did, because it's got to be pencil right here because it's black and white. Or, you know, our black ink and white paper. This thing is stunning, dude. To be honest with you.
And I looked, guys. I honestly looked my butt off on Heritage to see if any of Mayo's pages ended up on Heritage. I'm not surprised none of it ended up on Heritage, because a lot of people probably, you know, ended up getting it and buying it from him, because he had passed in 2021. You know, so I'm not surprised. Nobody's gonna throw this. Nobody's
PC. They're in their personal collection. Rich people have money. They're gonna keep this because this. I mean, damn, dude. Wait till y'all see the next page, dude. Holy bleep. Amazing.
This page.
Right there. Oh my god. Look at Vampy right there, dude. On the top
panel. But our biggest thing with this is, at least Pendragon doesn't. I mean, at least Pendragon and this guy,
Helsing, Conrad Helsing, right?
Yeah, Conrad and freaking Pendragon don't look like the same person anymore.
Yeah, they look different. They do. Let me
it's a little bit more. Yeah, definitely a lot more defined between which who's who and what and whatnot. So, which is cool because they have the defining features: the nose, the eyebrows, the cheek, the hair. You know, like what B was about to say, hair and all that.
Right.
So it's like not like drawing the two and then like, all right, one has glasses on, the other one doesn't. Like in other artists I've drawn them in the past.
Right. You know, what drove me nuts, but if B didn't bring it up, I wouldn't have noticed it. But because of B bringing it up every time, and I'm like, now when I read anything with Jose's stuff in it, I'm like, damn, Clark Kent.
Clark Kent.
Because I always now I always see that whenever I do. See, one good thing about Jose, what I wouldn't mind Jose's thing is if he drew Vampy and let Mayo do everything else.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, let Mayo draw like the other characters, the side characters.
Yeah.
even the background, the buildings
Right.
are great, and like Jose this draw our Vampirella.
Yeah.
But I think Mayo does I think he does a damn fine job with Vampy here. Like I think you asked the question earlier, or you're going to, but I don't know, man. I don't know which one's better.
Right. So yeah, the biggest question with a lot of people back then were saying Jose is more of gothic beauty, and then his was more like, you know, of horror, you know, gothic horror type, you know what I mean? But my thing is I like his Vampy a little better, because it looks like his Vampy can actually handle a fight. When you look at Jose's Vampy, it looks like she break a nail, she goes, ooh. Dainty.
Yeah.
You know, Jose's feels more dainty. His feels more Wonder Woman-esque, feels more like she can actually, you know, put up a fight, can actually, you know, toss somebody and not break a nail and say, ooh.
Man, I absolutely adore these panels here, dude.
Right.
Like, I love the side boob from Vampy right here in the bottom. It's amazing. And like, I don't even need to read the story. I could just look at this and be like, what is going on? This is great freaking art, dude. I honestly, like, me, like, because like I was a little late to the party. I read the wrong issue, y'all, and now I'm seeing this art here for the first time. And like, I want to go out into the backyard on my trampoline and do backflips, because these freaking panels are freaking stunning, dude.
Well, compared to the last two we did, compared to thumb face Vampy, and compared to this is a super upgrade from that.
Wow.
Even Dell remembers the freaking headhunter ones. Dude, those drove me crazy. Those issues drove me nuts. I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm like, you had Jose draw this for a while, and then you had this guy, the other guy, the thumb. I just call him thumb face, the Vampy guy.
You call him thumb face. I call him like looks like a frog. It's like, what's going on here?
Right, and then Dell goes, even Dell said that, like, damn. So you know it's bad when all three of us go, damn. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we couldn't draw any better than he could, but
I could sure try though.
Yeah, we could sure try though, but so you know, Vampy and pretty much Van Helsing get into a fight. Van Helsing leaves the house and goes. Oh, okay, Del. Since both of you guys, did you feel like was Van Helsing out of character in this one a little bit? Like not as like from before, like character wise as before, you know, before Len took over. Like, well, back then they said that he felt out of character. A lot of people said he felt out of character, where he went straight to the X.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like I think it's almost like with this one, it didn't seem that way to me. I guess from what I remember, it doesn't seem that way.
Right.
With him, you know, like he was really out of character. Not a character. Maybe he was like caught up in a moment of weakness in the story.
Right.
And,
okay.
You know,
okay. I could see it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm just bringing up topics because I was just looking up topics, and then a lot of people back then was like, damn, like he's out of character and all this stuff. I'm like, but when I read it a couple of times, I'm like, no, he's not. But you know, it's okay. Did you like the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend's look of? I'm guessing she's supposed to be a blonde. I'm assuming she's supposed to be a blonde.
Yeah. Usually when it goes to black and white, they draw the hair kind of like with no shading in it. Typically, it represents blonde.
Right.
You know, unless they draw the face old,
right?
Then you'll automatically assume it's white. But in this case, it's obviously the face drawn young. It's safe to assume she's a blonde.
Right. But yeah, my favorite part is her covering his eyes and going, Guess who?
Well, one of the things I noticed. Yeah, one of the things I noticed with the hands. If you look at the hands, it looks like almost like an old woman's hands.
Right.
And then when you if you look at the way how it's drawn and shaded and stuff like that, it looks like an old lady's hands. And
Right. But if when we get it deeper into it, she belongs to the cult, so she might at the time when she reached her hands around him, she might have been decrepit, might have been old. Not until he guessed of who it was, then yeah,
that makes sense.
Right.
She's like covering her hands, like, oh, it's Bonnie, and bam, she's a blonde bombshell right here. Of course, Adam Van Helsing isn't going to hit anything that's not good looking, right?
Right.
He's definitely going to be going after
one of my favorite parts is coming up. I forget which, but Dell probably knows the part where Vampy actually talks to Conrad, and Conrad goes, I kind of figured you guys got in a fight. I feel bad for my door. That's my favorite part in this whole freaking thing was that she comes down and then talks to right. I think it's this panel here where she talks to Conrad. It goes, did you and Adam get in the fight? I feel bad for my door because he slammed the crap. Yeah. I guess he slammed the crap out of that door.
I think it was this one or this picture. The next one is like I felt like it was Pendragon that said, because Pendragon happened to be in the same room,
right.
So, but Conrad was like sensing that something was wrong, and then Pendragon kind of like determined.
Oh yeah, because Pendragon can see. I forget. Yeah, Pendragon's the one that can see.
That's right.
I forgot he's blind. I forgot he was blind. But so we get another thing. Another side story. So somebody pretty much sends a signed for letter to Van Helsing, pretty much Daddy Van Helsing, and goes, hey, I got we found we can cure Vampirella's bloodlust. What? But you have to pay me a certain amount. You remember this, Del? During the story,
you have to pay a certain amount. Yeah. Pretty much, he was like some sort of doctor scientist type of thing, and it's like, oh, I can cure your hunger or that bloodlust that you have. But
pretty much that. And then my favorite two panels of Gonzalez or Mayo.
Hold the Mayo.
Yeah, hold the Mayo. Yeah,
hold the Mayo.
If it wasn't for Dell doing that, I would have freaking forgot.
That's how I remembered it.
Yeah.
Give me a Cuban sandwich. Hold the Mayo.
Of course, you're gonna hold the Mayo in a Cuban, man. If you put Mayo, you're not a Cuban.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's this one. Oh no, this is the other panel that I really like. But we haven't got to there yet. No. Hold on, I got you. Yeah.
I was like reading this because I read the wrong issue, so I'm reading it as we go. But it's like he's like got an injector with something, and it's gonna your entire system is gonna wait, what? No, don't do that. Like what this doctor's doing on the very top right here.
Right. Mm. Yeah, but that's just funny because she got.
Look. Hey, let me look as sexy as I can to get a needle put in my arm, dude.
Right.
Man. Yeah. Looking good, dude, to be honest with you. And you even get the backside too. You even get her butt too. You get the front. Like this artist knew what he was doing. Like I think not talking about the story wise, I think this artist knew that hey, Vampy has got to be sexy and it's got to draw in eyes to buy this freaking magazine. So let's draw her whatever we can. And man, the hair is amazing too. I love hair being drawn in art too. I love the flow of the hair. If the artist can do a great job on that,
well, a lot of artists say hair is the hardest part. Yeah. The anatomy part is hard too, but but they said the hair is the hardest part of drawing a character. I hear
unless you talk about Rob Liefeld, then it's a whole different. Then
it's feet.
Then it's feet. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you can't draw the feet.
Then you can't draw the feet.
Yeah, and like how Jenny Frizen does.
Right.
Her hair is like it's not even. It's just like little lines is all it is.
Right.
But like her style is taken off, and she's a big artist. And I do like Jenny Frizen covers. But like this top panel here with her hair, I mean, look at that thing. Like there's so much little line details in it right there, and so much going around, like curls in her hair.
I mean, yeah, compared to Jose's style, Jose's hair is flat. At least the Mayo's hair, hold the Mayo. At least Mayo's hair looks like its own character. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if you look at a lot of the other, if you look at a lot of the other ones, it's super flat. If you look at Jose's stuff, it's super flat. But at least it, honestly, one of my, and then whatever they shot her up with, because she started hallucinating stuff.
What's going on with this middle panel here?
That's where they kind of discovered that that was a trap. It was the it was the cult of chaos.
Of chaos.
Not to get confused with the cult of personality.
Right.
Great song.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's the code of. If you guys have been with us from 1 to now, you guys know the Cult of Chaos was in the first couple of issues, pretty much the first half of the run. A bunch of Cult of Chaos stuff, and then Cult of Chaos just dropped off, and then it started being the Creature of the Week, pretty much. From there. Yeah. So I'm glad Lennon came back, and hey, let's bring the cult back a little bit. Let's see what the cult's been up to. So what they've been up to is having a casino, running a casino that bets not just money, but your lives and blood. Yep. And another one, another two favorite panels of mine of what he did for Vampy. You guys can see why.
Wow. Man, he just crushed it, dude. I think he had time. I mean, it seems like a lot of time to do all these panels. And what I like about this issue is that we get the bubble talk. Right. It's not a lot. It's all usually narrated.
Right.
Black narrated. We get a little bit on here, but like we get an actual freaking story where they're talking to each other, and the art matches what they're talking about. And and dude, Vampy is like in my PDF. Like I'm looking over here on my screen over here, so I keep looking over here.
You're good. You're good.
It's great, dude. Like wow. Like honestly, like I'm in like wow mode right now with this art. To be honest with you, I'm in wow mode.
I'm actually kind of glad you didn't read it this week, because we can get your general reaction to it.
You are a total straight up reaction to seeing these panels for the first time. I'm like, whoa, dude, definitely digging it.
Actually, no, it's Gonzalo Mayo.
Yeah, Preston, we got a different artist in this one, and dude, he's absolutely killing it. For me, so far, what's going on?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my ranking. I don't care. Spoiler: 10 out of 10. This is amazing art in this one. Amazing art.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, but our score, the score that I want to hear is actually Dell's, because Dell's not a me and you are both Vampy guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but so we get some more of his ex talking about, hey, you're pretty good at gambling. Right, Dell? You're pretty good at gambling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good at gambling. Oh, it's not bad for a few hours. You won $50,000. All right, not bad. Then they go to the other room. Yeah, it's like
the high roller room, and So the high roller room is not the place you want to be in this casino, because the Cult of Chaos runs that room.
Hell yeah. And I love love how they're bringing in the Cult of Chaos, and the Cult of Chaos is in the new run with Vampirella Armageddon right now.
Right.
So yeah. And see, Tom Sagosky is our writer. He knows he's going back, you know. Christopher Priest is doing his own thing, but you know.
And he's bringing Sagosky is bringing and brought one of the characters back from the older run. Del knows the character. It's from the Dracula run. The witch or whatever she was. I forget what she was. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
It was like it was almost like a witch, but
goddess or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a goddess, but she was making sure that you kind of tapped into your subconscious and made you good again. It's like realizing the error of your ways, you know.
Right.
So in so many words. So yeah, it was. But that's why she was trying to during that storyline with Dracula and Vampirella, she was like trying to make sure, like tell Dracula is like, hey, you're not supposed to be evil. You're supposed to be good, type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much. Yeah, and pretty much Sagosky. I have a feeling Sagosky's been a fan of hers and read this stuff and brought her, because when I saw the latest issue of Armageddon. Yeah,
don't spoil it.
I'm not spoiling nothing, but I'm saying, so I can tell he's a fan. That's all I'm gonna say. I can tell he's a fan, and I can tell Priest is coming from a newer perspective from talking wise. He's coming from, hey, let's do it my way and try to bring some of my fans that like my stuff into the Vampyverse. So, like, you know what I mean? Like Skofsky, you know, like they did that where it's Vampyverse, where it's
it's continuation from the Warren Publishing. Sagosky is like, and he's probably wrote more Vampirella books than anyone. Right. So, and he's going to go back off of these Warren Publishing magazines, and he's going to, include those into his writings and make new stories, but make it like her. But what Christopher Priest is doing is like, let me make my own universe with her. Right. And he's been doing it since like 2021. And,
it's not bad. It's just it needs to be collected in omnibus style. I think it's gonna read a lot better that way than
I think it does, because there's characters that come and go. Like they'll do a run of 6 issues, do a run of 10 issues, and they restart it with a number 1. Which reminds me to tell you all. So on Wednesday we got a brand new number 1 of Vampirella from Christopher Priest. So we already had like a couple number 1s from him.
Two so far. Yeah, that's 2.
We're trying to get to 700 is what they're really trying to do, which I'm down for it because I'm on the ride. I'm buying them.
Right. Me too.
The new run says we're gonna have Draculina back in it, but none of the covers have Draculina on the cover, which pisses me the F off. I love Draculina, and I love the Draculina. What Christopher Priest done. He's done one thing right. He's brought Draculina from issue number 2 of the Warren Publishing. He brought her and made her an actual character, which is awesome. And she had 2 series too, with Dynamite 1 and 2, Draculina, and then Draculina Blood Simple, and then and now she's back, but now she has no powers. But now she's what the plot synopsis says is she's starting to get her lust for blood back. So maybe her powers are coming back. But why isn't she on any of the freaking covers? It pisses me off. Like, throw Draculina up on the cover. We love Vampirella, but like, dude, what Christopher Priest has done with her sister is amazing.
One thing I can say about Priest is he strengthened a lot of her side characters, because a lot of her side characters are one and done. But one thing about Priest is he strengthens the ones around
Panther, Victory, all the Sacred Six. You know, he had a whole story with all of them in it. Even Lilith, her Vampirella's mom. Yeah. I that's what I like about it. But when he goes off character and there's like these AI bots, you know, she's having sex with like a fucking robot. Sorry, but you know, it's like, come on, dude. Like, come on. And like he writes himself into the story as a doctor looking like Samuel L. Jackson.
That's
You
supposed to
know?
be Samuel L. Not his.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be Samuel
I
L.
know,
Jackson.
but
I saw at the interviews. I'm like,
yeah.
no, I think that's you sitting
I
as
know,
the
I'm
doctor.
not. No, I think you're just trying to say that because we already know. But he's writing himself into the book as a therapist, and it's just like, I kind of get it, but I don't
Right.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, so a lot of people said this, or the way I'm gonna explain the blood wager story is, it's John Wick with blood. It's pretty much what this story is. You agree, Jadel, or is that not a good explanation? Not a good.
I want to say it was John Wick. Because actually, the funny thing is, I was just watching I just watched finished watching all 4 movies this past week.
Right.
So rules and consequences, right?
Yeah.
I know.
So, okay, what would your since you're not a non-vampire fan, what would your synopsis be of the story?
Like it could
James Bond.
Yeah, I guess you could say it was James Bond-ish, like Casino Royale and the whole thing, because James Bond is always gambling.
Right. So and it's Adam Van Helsing doing this. But there's a couple of another favorite panels are coming up of her in the two. Del knows this one when she's in that when she gets woken up and she's in a freaking tube. like her blood substitute. She looked like her blood substitute in the tube. Yeah.
She wakes up in a tube and when if we go later on, it's like she's in a tube, like almost like in it's like weird underground science labs where they have some species in a weird
in a weird little tube. But yeah, so we get to meet the person that runs the casino pretty much. That the high roller, like I told you guys, don't want to be in this place because it's ran by the Code of Chaos guys. So so pretty much, Adam ends up meeting him. He goes, "Oh, nice to meet you, Adam. I know who you are. Da 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 da. And I know you've been with Vampirella. Da 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 da. Some other stuff. And then so some shenanigans happens here, and then and here we go. What the tuba was talking about."
So it's like she's in this tube. What I'm kind of like quickly reading, she's in the tube, but like Van Helsing, and Van Helsing is Adam Van Helsing. That is Adam is gambling, and like it says here, like so he has to win something to break her out. Is that what's going on?
No, the thing is, every time he loses or I think it's loses or win. I forget if it's loses or loses. That tube fills with blood.
Yeah, and pretty much it's pretty much wager what's going on when they went to increase the stakes after he was betting for money.
Yep,
he was to increase the stakes. It went to a different area, like so to increase the stakes to where it's for his soul, soul, and for her. If he loses, he loses his soul. And her and the Vampirella, but if he wins, he gets Vampirella and his freedom, type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in the tube, but I wouldn't want to be Adam either. But neither spot. But I would rather be Adam because I don't want to, But she should be okay.
Well, I mean, I imagine if the tube's filling up with blood, that's what she needs, right? So all she can do is drink it, and then she can get strength and break out. But I don't know.
We don't know.
That's what I'm trying to read right here.
Yeah. We don't know. But yeah, but she pretty much takes the her little thing off the cuff off her freaking arm and tries to smash the glass, and it won't smash at all. So these are my favorite panels of her trapped in the tube, pretty much. And this is pretty much like we were saying, this is pretty much the blood down here. So it's starting.
Oh, so now we can finally see it coming in, because before it was this clear, but now you can see.
Right.
This is a black and white. This is what we got to use. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, but enjoyed the story so far, and then the girl's telling Adam, going, "Hey, I'm part of this cult too now, or something like that down the line. I forget if it's in this part or if it's down a little further, but yeah, like Adam's surprised too, and like, huh? Yeah, it's like so she, because she had gambled with these guys and did the same thing and lost, and now she's part of the cult because she lost, right? Dale, then pretty much what I've said with that female, yeah. So it's pretty much is what happens, and then like I said, my favorite panel, hero-esque of her crashing through a plate glass window. So compared to compared to this one, oh no, that's the wrong one. Hey, compared to this one, it's a closer it's a closer view of that panel.
Yeah. She comes busting through, dude. Chaos captured us, Adam.
Yeah.
Father, Pendragon, and me. I'm sorry. I'm reading this as we go along.
No, you're good, man. You're all good.
Awesome.
You're all good. But
I read the annual. Sorry.
No, yeah, but we can talk about it next week because the annual is actually in next week's too. So we can actually we can actually talk about all of it because me and Delph already read a lot of the stuff because a lot of people. And the other thing we can talk about is a lot of people hated these specials because they felt like this was a filler story. Del, did you feel like it was a filler story? Because a lot of people back then felt like these dream sequence ones or these fever dream ones felt like it was just a placeholder. It felt like it was it was a filler issue. Did it feel like that or no?
Well, I guess yeah, a little bit because it was a little bit, but at least it was a little bit more exciting.
Right.
Yeah. So because some of the other filler, the ones that are kind of filler, are like a little lackluster.
Right.
But this one was a little bit better.
Well, because you had a strong writer with it. You had freaking Len Weins write it. So it's a lot stronger than what was it? Who was the last two writers? Flex Been Low and the other
Goodwin. Was it Goodwin or was it
Goodwin? And then Goodwin, and then we had the editor.
The editor is going to be on in the annual, which
we'll talk about it next week. Well, when B finally reads he read it, but we're gonna talk about it next week because let's just say that this is James Warren's interpretation of what he wanted her to be. That's all I gotta say. But we'll get into it.
But what Jeff is saying before with the previous two issues was like we got left on cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Especially the first one. And then we got a dream state where Vampire and Pendragon they went to Mexico with the La Muerte festival, the Day of the Dead festival, which was good. And then now this one is another like almost dream sequence of Pendragon. So we still don't have a conclusion of an ending of what happened, 2 issues ago. So
we kind of get. Well, you'll get it next week. We'll kind of get one next week because you're gonna have a lot of reading to do for next week's issue. That's all I gotta say because because me and Del could reread them.
Preston. I'd rather have like some fillers in between and then not have anything at all. Right.
Yeah, that's cool too. But I appreciate Preston being here because that we have a little bit of an audience. But the biggest thing with these back then was because the specials. A lot of people complained about being $1 back. Just think about this. Back then was $1.25. Back then, when you could get an issue probably for $1 or less, you know what I mean? So it was, let's just say 75 cents, 50 cents, something like that. But when you get a huge issue like this for $1.25, they want their bang for their buck, pretty much. They want, and a lot of people felt like the story was filled, and then this was a very polarizing story. Like people liked it, some people liked it, some people hated it. But I think more people liked it than hated it because it's one of her iconic stories. That I've looked up. So
I think I'm definitely gonna have to do a review on this one, man. It's because of the panels are so amazing. If you scroll a little bit more with her holding her hands out like this, golly, dude, look at that.
Oh yeah. One of my other favorite panels that I took a closer picture of. Yeah, dude, one of my favorite ones of his. Just besides the one. Ooh, you're gonna put a needle in me?
Yeah, exactly.
Besides but because I don't think Jose did this when she turns into a bat at all, because you see the hairs going with it, you see everything going with it. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's, and then her like diving board ish diving. So
yeah, everything in that panel is just so great, dude.
It's just
the poster.
It's just from Mayo to Gonzalez. Who do you guys want to draw her for? If you guys had to have just one of them to draw her, I'm saying I want Mayo. I don't mind Gonzalez, but if Mayo needed to take a break for life, drawing her for life, then I would have Jose. But I don't mind Mayo's style.
No, not at all. Like, I thought for sure when you were going to ask this question that it was going to be Jose all day long, but dude, it's Mayo. Like, no, it's Mayo. I flipped my script. I want Mayo to draw this. Draw Vampy. Like, wow, dude. I'm telling you, like, my mind is blown at how amazing this line art is in these black and white covers.
Yeah, because Mayo's, but because a lot of people say Mayo's style shows strength. That's my thing. That's why I like her more. Is that she looks a lot stronger in Mayo's. She's muscular.
She should be that way too.
Right.
Exactly. Not vulnerable how she is with Jose's art and even the stories. Like, she's like, I don't know what's going on, and like she gets captured easy. No, dude. Like, she's a freaking extraterrestrial alien vampire from Draculone. Like, she needs to be badass mother bleeper is what she needs to be.
And then that's what Mayo does, and that's what Len Weens does for her. Is they pretty much do her strength. She makes her into a hero character instead of damsel, because that's what the people's complaints were back then. Was a lot. They felt like Jose's version of her was damsel, wasn't hero-esque,
grass, and not be more of a hero. Exactly. And and maybe it's like it's slowly coming, but like, we know, like, she is the hero. She is like Superman, but a vampire. Like, she is the one, and she loves humanity. She loves Earthlings, the humans, and like, she wants to protect them and like take care of the bad people. And that's what I love about Vampirella, and that's what I hope that they can really do more of that, where she's trying to protect us humans, and it's like, and save that cat. Save that cat on top of the tree. The cat, my cat's up on top of the tree, and Vampirella can just go up there and get it like Superman does.
But like I said during our or my Instagram thing I've been doing, I've been trying. I put a little thing out. I go, hey, who do you guys want to write? Vampirella, and me and B said me and B would. I go, I don't think we would do too bad. I don't think, because if we're using, some references and stuff, and a little bit of some of our ideas, I think she would have a pretty, pretty cool run. But that's up to Nick, if Nick wants to give us a chance.
Actually give fans a chance to write her. And like, you never know. I think we can come up with some amazing ideas and amazing story plot. Some
cool story plots. But I got some good suggestions. The Smochin, the guy that played Mr. 3 for One Piece, or played Mr. Polka Dot in Suicide Squad.
David
the Smochin.
Yeah, he'd be good.
He'd be a good writer for him, I thought. And then I said Scott Snyder, the Philadelphia writer, and then and I said
and isn't Snyder doing Absolute Batman right now?
yeah. I said I thought about Snyder because if Snyder can do that for Batman, Snyder could do that for I can't wait. I would love to see what Snyder could do with Vampirella.
I didn't answer, but maybe Dan Panosian.
Okay, yeah, Panosian would be a cool one.
Panosian.
Stephanie, what is it? The lady writing Daredevil, the new Daredevil #1.
Dan Panosian writes, because I just know from the artwork.
No, he writes Alice Ever After. That's on Boom Studio. He has three different titles, but doing with Alice in Wonderland. So he has like an Alice in Wonderland series going on right now. Alice Ever After and Alice After or something like that. It's yeah.
All right. I just know from doing artwork, and the most recent artwork thing I remember seeing him doing when he was drawing. He was that Marvel Knights Punisher. That was like a 4 or 5 part series with what's his face? Guy. It's hey Jeff, you know what I'm talking about. He hangs out over at Emerald City over here.
Palmiotti.
Palmiotti, yeah.
The guy that did the '90s Vampirella run.
Yeah, Jimmy Palmiotti.
The Vengeance of Vampirella run with Amanda Connor.
Yeah, so
Amanda Connor, and they're doing the Harley Quinn XL Elvira right now for Dynamite. Which been probably the best series, the best comic book out right now. Like it's so fun. It's so
right.
Fun.
That's what
I love it.
That's what Amanda and Jimmy are known for. Is
it's
fun.
So fun. So oh my god. It's
and
fun.
They're fans themselves. So of course it's gonna be fun. And then we get.
I love how Amanda will do panels too. She'll do a couple of pages, panels, only like 1 or 2 in each book, but it's cool. And then you can get a variant exclusive cover from Amanda Connor as well on those.
Right. And then so we get back into Vampy changing into the bat, changing back into herself.
Dude, Steve Niles. Let's get Steve Niles doing fucking Vampirella book, dude.
Okay.
You know how amazing that would be? He did 30 Days a Night. Okay?
You
guys all remember the movie.
Yeah.
And like he even did a Red Sonja a couple years ago. It's so good. I mean, I think Steve Niles would kill it.
Yeah, and Steve Niles would kill it. But I would love to see Snyder and Capullo do that team to do freaking Vampirella work. Dude, he did Batman. He's doing Batman. He's doing absolute Batman. You know what I mean?
Snyder.
I do like Snyder's artwork in Absolute Batman. That's really one of the 2 DC books I'm getting right now. Is Absolute Batman, and I'm getting Absolute Superman. So I was like, I actually do like his work. His work. So.
Yeah, so Snyder's one that I thought could probably do pretty good. So
I think with horror, we'll get get those horror writers on there. I don't know about Tinian, Tiny Onion, James Tinian, maybe, but he.
I mean, if he's doing something killing the children, and it's a good
house slaughter and everything.
Yeah. So. I mean, I could see some people saying that, and then I can see some people saying no. I understand that too, but I could see I could see Stephanie Phillips. That's who I was thinking of.
Okay,
Stephanie Phillips. I wouldn't mind seeing her take, a female's take on her, because a couple. Don't get me wrong, Gail Simone's done her. Yeah, and then Amy Chu's done her, and don't get me wrong, I'm a Vampy fan, but nothing against them, but that wasn't Vampy when they wrote it. It was
Gail. I know Gail Simone done Red Sonja, but did she do Vampy?
She did. She did like I think a little run.
Yeah, I think she's working on X-Men right now, so she's probably a little busy doing that X-Men run right now.
Gail Simone is a okay one, but when I read what she wrote, not Vampy. It's not Vampy. It's just I'll tell you offline what I thought. Really thought. I don't want to say it. Because so pretty much we get the conclusion here pretty much they get in a huge fight. You know, some shenanigans happens. She frees Pendragon and Van Helsing, but and then we get on the bottom panel. We get Pendragon laid up still. He's fighting.
Here we go.
Yeah, he's fighting for his life because of the Cult of Chaos is the leader of Cult of Chaos. He's pretty much fighting them in a dream.
Dang, man.
Oh, Jeff Lemire. Oh yeah, Lemire I could see right near her too. I would love to see Lemire's version of her too. Because I love Lemire. I saw a lot of Lemire stuff. And then another one would be Stephen King's son, Joe Hill. Because he did the Lock and Key stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing him do it. So yeah, so that's another one. But now let's get to rating this thing. I know B's score for it already. It's a super 10. Well, okay. Yeah. So what's yours, Del?
Actually, I actually like the art on it. That's actually pretty good. I like the details a little bit more on the face, a little bit more than Gonzalez and Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah,
I still think so with this first page here, they're kind of similar when it comes to drawing creatures. It's like,
well, the creature wise, I felt like Mayo's creatures are a little better because it didn't feel like a guy in a rubber suit. Jose's version felt like a guy in a rubber suit. At least felt like a real creature. Didn't feel like a person in a rubber suit.
I don't know. I feel like to me they're kind of pretty much the same.
Okay,
okay. That's just me.
I can see that too. But
they're kind of the same. It's like with this wannabe Skeletor in the background.
Right.
It is, but it's a good job.
It's all right. It's like all right.
So,
but at least the detail, like for example, like like Adam Van Helsing in here, it's like like the more he's a little bit more detailed in the body and stuff like that. And
he's muscular.
It looks, dude. Adam looks like me when my shirt's off. Dude. Simple.
He looks ripped. He looks But so what's the pickup ability score for this?
So I think it's easy to pick up because I didn't read the last two issues. I felt it was easy to pick up. So it was pretty easy to pick up. I'm sorry, the last three because I didn't. I wasn't on for the last two or three. I didn't read the last two for sure.
Right.
And it was easy to pick up. I say artwork. I give it a solid 8.5 actually.
Okay.
So it's a pretty strong number.
Okay, so pickup ability 8. B, you agree with that one, or
pickup ability. From what I read of it, like I understood it. So we'll give it an 8.5 for sure.
All right, so all three of us are gonna give it an 8 for pickup ability. If you guys want to just read it in general, just want to pick it up, it's cool. I mean the cover is nothing to write home about because they just reused a bunch of so pretty much you reused Jose's art, reused Enrich's art, reused St. Julian's art, and just because it's the giant special. So they didn't feel like going all out and putting a new cover on it. So they just went, hey, let's just smack Gonzalez is in the middle. Let's just put Enrich's on the side, and then the bottom let's put St. Julian's on the bottom. So that's what they did pretty much.
I like it though. I mean, it's saving money, reusing photos or art. It's good though. Like especially if you never picked up a Vampirella book right here.
Right.
I mean, this is a really cool cover. I mean, I dig it, and I can see like we know the artist that was drawn. Used the actual model that was used to draw her. Right. Is right here, like on the bottom. Like it looks good.
Right. So so that's it's a solid good. Yeah, like B already gave it a 10, so a solid 10.
I love the freaking the interiors. I think the interiors were amazing in this one.
The interiors for sure is a 10 for me too. I mean, it's a 10 for me, but I don't know what Dale's gonna give it.
Dale, what do you think?
Dale's score is for non-Vampy fans.
Yep.
Our score is Vampy fan score. Yep. Dale's score is the most important score.
Well, as far as the story, what the score is?
Yeah,
no, we want the art. The art. What do you think about the
art? Artwork of the. I give the artwork an 8.5 as well. So
okay,
because overall, because I do like the detail of it.
That's a good score from you, man. I mean,
because I like to detail the faces a lot better than even just Jose's. Than Jose Gonzalez, even at a distance, because Jose Gonzalez's strong point is definitely close up portraits,
right.
And that's what I always admired about his. But even like here, and like for example, like the middle panel on this page that's on screen. Everything's at a distance, it shows from afar and up close. And everything is like, to me, I feel it's consistent.
One thing I can say about Mayo takes advantage of his whole page of his what the room he has.
Yeah,
he takes advantage of what he has. He doesn't just let me just strengthen my faces and let me just strengthen this, but not work on the background on it. He works on the background and the other characters.
Exactly. You feel like he's like a true artist. It almost reminds me of when my art history teacher in high school. That he's like, use the whole page. Use up the whole page. That's what it's there for. Use the whole canvas.
Right.
And the one thing he would say is like, draw large. That's what the whole page is for. Draw big. Draw large.
Right. Pretty much, Mayo does that.
And Mayo to me, Mayo is definitely a true artist because he's utilizing the whole background and everything.
Think about it. Who the fan? He was a fan of Frazetta, so I'm not surprised that he used, the whole freaking. He actually took advantage of what he had. Is use the whole freaking paper. Don't just just don't do the character. Use the whole page. So so it's a solid, so a non-fan, solid 8. Fan-wise, it's a solid 10. So solid non-fan score is a 8. That's strong for non-fan score because Dell is a hard critic, and me and B know that. So
I'm a hard sell.
hard sell on Vampy. So him giving it an 8, that's strong. You know what I mean? So non-fan score 8. Fan scored 10, so it's a solid story. You know what I mean? But this damn poster goes for a lot of money now. I looked.
99 cents. Wow, how much is it now?
100 and something.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, 100 to 200. The last one sold for 280 or 230, something like that. So imagine getting this poster in the 70s for 99 cents.
Wow.
and actually holding on to it and not crinkling it and not wrinkling it and actually just putting it away safely, and the money you can get for it now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, so guys, issue 45 is complete, and we're gonna be jumping on to issue 46 next week. So I'll give you guys a sneaky peeky. It is Ken Kelly cover.
Geez, looks like a Joseph Michael Linsner cover right there. Wow.
Well, you know where Linsner got his inspiration from.
Exactly.
Yep. So from Ken Kelly, but we get Ken Kelly cover, and then we get interiors of pretty much. It's another special. So all these stories are repeats. I can't wait for B's actual. I already know his actual reaction because he messaged me with this one, so I know what his reaction was for this. But the problem was that that Warren didn't like the original. So imagine, so
this is the origin of Vampirella, and maybe next week, I may be talking more than Jeff did this week. So
but that's fine. That's fine. That's the whole point of this show is for all our opinions. But a lot of these stories, me and B me and Del are already read. So, I mean, if Del wants to refresh, he can. Yeah, you know, but that's up to you. But the colored story is the one that we're going to be going over next week. So
Okay.
Was this the annual? Was that?
Yeah, it's pretty much another annual where it tells you all the stories and stuff. But
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember. I see so.
yeah. So, but we're gonna go to the color pages. So this is gonna be the one we're gonna go over because this is the new one. This is the new story. The monster called Vampirella. That's that's gonna be the story we're gonna go over. But I'm gonna ask B's opinion of all the other stories. So B can read all the other ones, and then I want to see. I already read them, so I'm just curious what his opinions are of all those other ones.
Okay, I got my work cut out for me. Thank God I did all my YouTube work this week, and
Right.
I did like an hour worth of reviews and everything,
Right.
unboxing videos, edited it all. It took about 15 hours to do everything.
Right.
So now I can actually spend my time doing what I really love, reading
Yeah.
Vampirella, old Vamp, and so I've only read the one issue. So now that Jeff, you're telling me that there's a whole more stories to read.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got my work cut out for me this week, and I can't wait to do it.
Read them, and then we'll talk about it next week.
Yep.
But you guys all know what this is. It's Vampirella Book Club, and I know B and Dell probably have some stuff coming up. So what you got going on, Dell? Let's go with Dell first.
I am wrapping up some stuff, so I'm just kind of doing some finishing touches on some stuff, so I could pick up the channel again. So I have to pick up where I left off, reading Brute, and then from there, you got some other things I'm gonna do. Probably switch, add some other things to my channel. Might probably do some movie reviews outside of comic reviews as well. So
Right.
do a little revamping of the channel.
Yeah, and then I got all the guys' informations down in the description below. I got B's damn it.
Sweetie Candy Vigilante.
Yeah, Sweetie. Yeah. So I got his playlist down there. If you guys want to watch the reviews of all those, I really enjoyed the reviews. So guys, go hit it up and go. And B actually hit a big milestone this week. He actually hit 600.
I got 600 subscribers. Thank you all, mother bleepers. And tomorrow, Vampirella issue number 2 from the Warren Publishing.
Right.
My own review coming out tomorrow at would be 10 p.m. Eastern time.
So down in the description below, guys.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Yeah. So
12. I don't know. The time is tomorrow.
Don't worry. Well, we got you. But all of that stuff is down in the description below, guys. We'll bite you later, and we'll see you later.
Laters.
Laters.